Well, it's a bit different, isn't it? Suzuki GSX-S1000 apparently has the legendary K8 Gixxer engine. This is a hire bike while they start to work out what they're going to do about my SP1. Fireblade's almost on the road. 2 tyres put on this morning. A few other little bits to do. I'll get it MOT'd this week, and next weekend I'll be out and about. But for now, should we give this a try? Fuel was on empty when they delivered it to me. I've just stuck a tenner in it, which has given me 3 bars. Now it's not very warm today, probably sitting around 10 degrees. I can't see that. Oh yes I can. Sitting around 10 degrees, and as I normally do, always warm a bike up for 5 minutes or so, just ticking over before I go anywhere. And this has got up to 105 degrees very, very quickly. Now, I'm going to be very tentative because this is my first time out since the crash. Literally landed on my backside, or my back, and now you're witnessing the first time we put my leg over. Now, since the accident, obviously when I got checked out, I had a bit of blood in my wee from the force of hitting my back, and was told to monitor the situation. If the pain didn't sort of go down after a week or so, to then go A&E, which I've done. A&E confirmed wherever it was coming out of my kidney, it's no longer, no more blood in my wee, thank God. However, the muscle pain I've got in my lower back left hand side, where your kidneys are, or one of the kidneys are, could be there for a number of years. It's a shooting pain down my back leg as well. Anytime I put any weight on my left leg, it just doesn't like it. So first little blat out. I am nervous, I'll be honest. I know loads of us have all had accidents over the years. This is the biggest one I've had, to actually go flying over the handlebars and land, like literally somersault and land on my back. You know, it's played quite heavily on my mind. So getting back to this bike, just taking it easy on these nice little country roads. It's quite a bit chilly. Getting a bit bored of going down a box hill at the moment, but you know, we're not getting into that season yet. I've got about 4 weeks to go. Well, in fact, 4 weeks yesterday the RC event will have happened, so you know, that'll be a nice ride. Well, not really a nice ride, motorway all the way up to I like the way people just overtake on blind bends. It's brilliant, isn't it? All the way up to Donington, do a little parade lap round Donington. And then you do people like that, you know what I mean? You understand exactly why. First ride out and have a moment almost identical . So in the last 5 minutes we've had a car overtaking on a blind bend and a car pulling out at a T-junction right in front of me. Just like, it really isn't helping like my anxiety. I don't know how people are after they've had an accident. I think everyone's tentative after any sort of accident, but I just feel like a target at the moment. Hence why I'm driving like a Suzuki rider, I suppose. But yeah, back to this. It's the most modern bike I've ever ridden, 2021. I'm a retro old school guy, that's me. And you look at this clocks and it's all singing and dancing, traction control, ABS. Thought I might have a problem with the ABS. I'm not, well, apart from when cars are pulling out of me, I had to stamp on the brakes too much and feel those brakes. And I'd imagine it's quite a clever system. ABS has been kicking around really since the early Blackbirds. I'm sure a few of you will pop up and say some other bikes have had that before. I'm sure an older BMW's had them. But yeah, looking at these clocks, got temperature gauge, got a nice little fuel gauge there. It feels lower to sit on. Obviously more of a sit-up bike, but I'm lower to the ground. I'm 5'10", 13.5 stone. Trying to get down to a lot less than that than my brother's wedding in September, but that's another story. And my feet go flat on the ground. And I'll be honest, on both my Blade and the SP1, I'm on a fair bit of tiptoe. Well, not a massive amount, but I'm not flat-footed as I am on this. It's nice, smooth power curve. It's obviously just got the standard Suzuki can on it, or what with it being a higher bike, but I'd imagine with a nice pipe on it, it'll bring out a nice sound. Yes, I understand it's the 2008 engine from the K8 GSXR or GSXR. Obviously detuned. It's off 148 brake horsepower. It's just over 200 kilos, so it's a bit of a lump. Giant tank on it. Whether that's mainly plastic or not, as most modern day tanks seem to be, or whether it's actually got a good fuel range on it, is something I'll probably never actually find out, to be fair. But the handling's nice and smooth. It's just swinging from side to side nicely. I thought about doing a little read up and having a real good look around this bike and start being able to quote a lot of information out to you, but I thought I'm going to have it quite a while now. Let's just do first impressions first and, you know, find out why it's doing X or Y or Z. I feel so wary. I've been driving, obviously. Even driving, I feel more, a lot more wary than normal. We've got nice smooth power come from the engine there. Brakes are good, front brake dips the front end nicely, not too crazy. Back brake's a little weak for my liking. I do like a back brake on a bike, and I do use it to turn quite a bit, and I tend to use the back brake a lot more than a lot of people, I'd imagine. A lot of people I know say they don't even think about the back brake, but I find it quite a good tool to have. Suspension feels good, soft, as you'd expect. Upside down forks on the front with some radial calipers, so it's all nice modern equipment. So there'll be lots of footage over the coming weeks of the, first of all, the RC meet. We've got some RC30s, RC45s, some RC40s. Anyone know who that is? That's an NR750, the oval pistoned Honda. Very rare bike. Very rare bike. I've never seen one. A lot of people popping up that are attending say, oh, I've never seen an NR, let alone there's going to be two there. Both of them are going to be on the parade lap. One of them's going to be on display at in the Bennett's garage. It's going to be a good event. We'll take to the track between free practice 1 and free practice 2, I believe, around lunchtime. And those 3 bikes we'll have on display. We've got the NR on the Friday, which will be swapped with an RC30 on the Saturday and Sunday. Will be joint with the RC45 that I'm hopefully going to be taking around on the parade lap, and we'll also have Stephen Walling's SP2 cabin SP2, which is just gorgeous. And here we are, as per at Box Hill. No. Nice Repsol blade there. Nice Royal Mail van pulling out right in front of me. Oh, it's a TLR. Just a nice little plot out this morning. Having a little see what this GSX-S is about. I can see it being a popular bike. It's easy to ride. Gearbox is a little clunky. It's easy to ride slow through town. 200 kilos dry, but it doesn't feel it. It's a nimble little thing, and it does feel little, which is strange for a 1000cc. It does feel quite a little bike. It feels like I'm on a 500. And I'll be honest, even when you open that throttle up a bit, it doesn't scare the life out of you. 148 brake horsepower, so we're on a par with the SP1, but a completely different way of delivering its power. As a day-to-day bike, yep, I can see why someone would want one of these. It's not a toy. It's not something, oh, I'll go and take that out at the weekend. It's not something I would get excited about pulling out of the garage. It'd be a workhorse, it'd be just something to poodle around on. Good for commuting maybe. Have a nice little top box on the back. Certainly, I wouldn't put it in the realms of a sports bike. If you're looking for a sit-up and ride type of bike and you want that little touch of hooliganism, you'd go for the MT10 or even the MT10 SP. This is just that little bit more soft. That's maybe what I need to just get my confidence up that little bit. First ride out since the accident. There's obviously power there when you want it. throttle seems a bit snatchy. Very on-off. Can sort of, even at low revs, and just feed it in a little, it seems to, it's got the potential to bite your hand off. And obviously, as I'm just slowly getting back into things, I'm not whipping that throttle like a loon. Not that I'm ever a loon anyway, officer. Majority of the time from the reflection I can't see that clock, even though it's wrong anyway. Mirrors, you got a pretty good field of vision there. You got a pretty good field of vision all round really, because you've got no fairing obviously. You're sitting up. Bit of cramp in my right leg there. Oh. How can you ride sports bikes all the time? Get up on a sit-up bike and get a cramp. Since the accident, obviously, I've stopped going to the gym. Well, not a massive gym head, but as I've alluded to before, my brother's getting married out in Greece in September. It'd be nice to do a bit of sunbathing without a giant beer belly hanging out. Could give up the beer, but no. It's a little bit nervous on corners, but then so am I at the moment, so summary of this bike, and I'm sure I'll ride it a few more times over the coming months, because I think it's going to be with me for a while now. I can see the SP1 just being sat in my garage for quite some time, and clutch is nice, cable clutch. It's not too heavy. Brakes are good. Engine's nice and smooth. It's good low down in the revs. Tyres seem good. It's handles well. It's a little bit clumsy. That's just probably that bit of extra meat it's got around the waist. A bit like me. Would I buy one? No, I wouldn't. Got a good bit of lean to it. It's comfortable sitting there at a bit of angle.